Hi there, so I'm just making a short video to sort of demonstrate our weed boat. So this is the cutter, it's 1.5 metres wide, then you've also got the vertical cutter there. This is the boat that we built. The cutter itself is supplied as the cutter only, so you get the blue part there with the motor in it, the blades and the black mounting part there. The rest of this isn't supplied as standard and is something we've built ourselves. So on the wee Bison 2.7 metre rib, we set it up with some 8x2s, just in a sort of T section here off the seat, which supports it really well. And then I'm powering it with an Bison M250 24 volt motor. And the bottom of the boat here, I've got 4 12 volt lead acid batteries. That gives us 48 volts to the weed cutter and 24 volts to the outboard. Okay, so running the weed cutter. So it's very rudimentary. We've got an on switch here. Turn the throttle and then set the speed with the wee green button here. So we turn it on, set the speed, it stays on, and then you can see the sort of a speed at where it reciprocates. And then to turn it off, touch the throttle and it turns off. I've used this 3 or 4 times now. The cutters themselves are stainless steel. You can see I've kept a bit of grease on it, but they're not flash rusting. The rest, which must be carbon steel, is flash rusting a little. So this is the pond I'm going to tackle today. So this is the 3rd time I've cut this pond this year. We get this broadleafed floating weed which kind of blankets the pond, and that's what I'm going to tackle. What's happened is we've cut this broadleafed weed, though it has allowed this sort of stringy grass to come up, so a lot of the weed cutting today will be this sort of stringy grass and the broadleafed weed that we're going to tackle. And then we've got the bay in here, which is very shallow. I'll cut some of that to sort of demonstrate how well it works in the heavy stuff, but I'm not going to cut right into this corner here because it's just too shallow and nobody fishes it. And then we're going to go over around the back of the pond here as well. So we're just about to deploy the cutter here. I've got it on the balance over here. I've got the depth set to as deep as it'll go, so we're going to turn it on. Let's start, sets the speed, drop it down. Okay, so I've got it lowered over the front of the boat here. This is as low as it'll cut for us. You can see I'm doing a bit of weed cutting already. It just kind of, today there's no wind. I think it's definitely better to do it on a day where there's a breeze blowing it, blows it out your path so you know exactly what you've cut. But basically I'm going to motor around now and get on about it. So if I tootle along here, an electric outboard, and we'll just hit this bunch of the edge of here, at 1.5 wide, you've got to guesstimate where you're at. And we just crossed over that wee patch there, and you'll see if I stop the motor, simply just chops it off, as it should. Clearing up's the big problem. At the end of this cutting session, batteries are getting a bit low. I've done really the majority of this pond. I've got the cutter set quite high at the moment in this right heavy stuff, but as you can see, we're just, all the rest of the pond's been all clipped and it's all loose at the moment. And that's the lion's share of the work, tidying up afterwards. Heavy weed this bit. It's clogging my outboard up constantly, but once you get headway going, there we go. We'll batter through it. This is by far the shallowest and the heaviest cover. And just we get to the edge, quick flip round. Just like cutting the lawn.